there is one question that we did want to ask, is you are a wonderful player of repertoire as well. There's people can check out beautiful performance of Scarlatti sonatas on YouTube. Please
Yes.
watch that video. And you're also a very experienced teacher on basso continuo. Classical improvisation is seeing a surge in improvisation, accompaniment, more ensemble playing, composition, improvisation. As someone who improvises accompaniments and plays repertoire, does that change the way you play repertoire? I mean, are they two different worlds, or do you find yourself there's a little bit of a blending? Sometimes there's some influence from your continual playing, maybe changing the way that you play repertoire. Is there any sort of cross influence, or are they separate worlds that don't intersect?
No, absolutely. They are the one and the same thing. I think it's very important that not to specialize. If for a harpsichord player, at least, I'd say not to specialize in just one, either repertoire or continuo. They're not very. They're not
mutually
two
exclusive
separate compartments.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'd say rather than continuo influencing solo music, it's the other way around. That it's this solo music that the ability to the skills you acquire when you're from solo repertoire are work very well in continuo playing. If you have a continuo player who's not very used to playing a lot of repertoire, for example, somebody who comes to the harpsichord from the piano, say, then maybe they're very proficient in playing the right harmonies and things. There's a lot of work to be done on getting to, how to spread a chord in the most effective way, and things which are intrinsically to do with how you play the harpsichord. And this is something that you practice in the instrument's actual repertoire. So definitely, I'd say performing solo music helps continue playing, and also for ornamentation. For adding trills and things like that, if you've played a lot of say French music, which obviously has a lot of detailed ornamentation for the right hand, you can add that sort of thing if you've got those sorts of formations in your hand, with those sorts of trills and dexterity in your hand, you can add that to your improvisation.
Do you have any specific composers that you have taken from that you enjoy, that has informed your continuo playing?
I'd say for Italian continuo playing, it would have to be Scarlatti. Both Alessandro and Domenico Scarlatti. Domenico in particular, some of his sonatas, the way he uses chords to, not in all of his sonatas obviously, because some of his sonatas are just very linear, two voices. It depends what he's doing. Each sonata, all of his sonatas have got different sort of games going on in them. But in the sonatas which he's playing around with chords, he adds dissonances, and he changes the shapes of the chords in the right hand, and he changes the number of notes he uses, and he does precisely this thing which is nothing to do with counterpoint, of adding dissonances and
Can you mention a particular sonata, a bunch? Is there any that come to mind?
Trying to think. Off the top of my head, I can't. I will write them to you, and then you can add them at the end. I don't know the K numbers off by heart, but there's a famous one in D major.
That's fine. Yeah, just send them to me. I'll put them in the description. Yes. Yeah, that sounds really great.